What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Poke Office. My name is Colin. Today's video is all about investing in single Pokemon cards in May 2024. It is currently May 1st at the time of recording this, and man, oh man, are some of the cards in Pokemon going absolutely crazy. We're going to see some huge gains in Sword and Shield, especially all of the alternate arts, and in Scarlet and Violet era, not so much. They're kind of trending in a downward direction. We'll take a look at a ton of them. It's going to be rapid fire today, so let's get to it. Okay, starting off with Temporal Forces. It's the set that's just over a month old now, and things are coming down. Starting off with the Ghastly. This is the illustration rare. Really enjoy this card, and for a split second there, I thought it was going to start doing really well. It had spiked up to like $30, $35-ish. Not anymore. It's on the downward trend, kind of leveling off here right around that $17, $18 mark, currently at $17.17. Now, Prime Catcher, this one is held pretty steady over the first month, currently at $27.97. It has been upwards of $35. I would suspect this card to stay in that $25 to $30 range moving forward. Iron Leaves, down quite a bit. Look at that trend. It's straight down over the first month, down 16.3% to $43.34. Gouging Fire, another one, straight down basically, other than like an increase in the first week or so, and this one's down to $46.19. It did hit a high of like $56. Walking Wake was up to almost $60, now down to $46.68. So all of these special illustration rares starting to come down, which kind of was expected, to be honest with you. The Raging Bolt was up to $80 or something like that, now down to $55.30. Next, we have the Morty's Conviction card, which is one of the ones that was really interesting to watch early on, as you see on the graph here. Started at like a $35, $40 card, then spiked all the way up to almost $95. And that was like market manipulation, buyout. This thing was going absolutely crazy. Now it's coming back down to earth. We'll see if it can maintain that value or if it's going to continue falling. But currently the number 2 card in Temporal Forces, so it did gain quite a bit. Leading us to the last card, which is Iron Crown, and this one down 31.6% over the last month. Was almost a $100 card. I actually think it did eclipse $100 at one point, and now it's down to $65.19. So Temporal Forces all down. Paldean Fates, the set before that, the specialty set, we have some baby shinies to talk about. These are doing really good. The Charmeleon at $22.13, Charmander $24.59, and the Pikachu actually continuing to gain value, going to $42.84. Then we have this Pidgey. This is doing well in the TCG, and the chart is showing it. Started at $16.46. That was 3 months ago, now at $22.26. So a nice gain there. Iono was a big card early on, not so much anymore, $36.50. So still a nice pull, but nothing too spectacular. Gardevoir kind of just has leveled off here over the last 2 to 3 months at $53.53 is where it currently sits. It's going to be in that $50 to $55 range most likely moving forward. Mew, the Bubble Mew, love this card. Big drop early on in Paldean Fates. Actually, it increased right off the gate, then big drop, and now it's kind of leveled off, holding strong at that like $70 to $90 range, currently at $82.88. Then the Charizard, I pulled it last week. What a fabulous card. I absolutely love this card. Big drop early on, just like the Bubble Mew. It actually had increased on release weekend, then dropped, and now it's kind of leveled off in that $100 to $120 range, currently at $112.19. Okay, next we have Paradox Rift, and last time we talked in the April singles video, Paradox Rift had like really trended down for the last couple months. Now it seems to have like slowed down, kind of leveled off. We'll take a look here. Iron Valiant, this was the number 2 card for a long time, not anymore. This one has dropped a lot. It used to be a $70 card, now down to $30.06 where it sits in the market price. But over the last 3 months, kind of looks like the graph has basically leveled off. Groudon actually seeing a nice increase, especially over the last month of April. And now it's up 28.9% to $33.80. A really cool card. Then we have the Iron Hands. This one is making a dent in the TCG, which is part of the reason why it sees an increase here. And it's a 34.1% increase over the last 3 months to $34.34. Roaring Moon. This is the biggest card out of Paradox Rift and not holding a lot of value. It was like a $100 card early on after Paradox Rift came out. Now it's a $56.29 card, down 16.8% over the last 3 months. Scarlet and Violet 151, my favorite set of all time, maybe. And it's just so good, partly because all of the middling cards like that are worth 20, $15, $20, $25, $30 is absolutely unreal. Starters, they're worth $21.76, $27.30, $28.16 consecutively. That's Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander. Then we have the middle evolutions, 1741, 1980, and 2160. You pull these illustration rare cards and you're getting some good value out of it. I love it, and the artwork is spectacular. Alakazam special illustration rare really has kind of leveled off in between that $25 and $30 range. Zapdos kind of in that $30 to $35 range, kind of staying there a little bit. Then we have this Charizard full art, which is down, actually trending down quite a bit, down 11.6% to $32.98. Venusaur special illustration rare. This one's actually down a bit too, because early on this was more like a $45, $50 card. Now it's at $38.58. Blastoise, same thing. It was a $45, $50, maybe even $55 card. Now down to $40.95. So some of these cards definitely coming down, but still holding some good value. And of course, we got the Charizard as the top card of Scarlet and Violet 151, down a little bit, but $110.05 for the chase card out of Scarlet and Violet 151. Still really good. Hey, if you're liking the content, I really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment telling me anything you want to know or anything that you think is coming up here. We're going to look at Sword and Shield cards next, and it's going absolutely crazy. And hit the like button for me. Really appreciate it, and it helps my videos get out to more people. Thanks. Let's get back to the data. All right, Sword and Shield, like I just said, absolutely crazy. We're starting at Battle Styles with Tyranitar V. Started it 3 months ago, $93.67. Now up 23.6% to $115. Galarian Moltres from Chilling Reign up 24.1% to $160. Blaziken up 40% almost to $232. Absolutely wild, the gains some of these cards are seeing over the last kind of month and a half. It's just absolutely crazy. Mew alternate art from Fusion Strike up 33.8% to $36.37. Could continue to rise. Celebi up 68% to $40. Unbelievable. Mew VMAX from Fusion Strike up 32% to $79.75. Then we got the Espeon. Huge gains on this card. The Espeon VMAX alternate art from Fusion Strike, currently at $181.07. For a long time, this card was in that $100 to $125 range. Not anymore. And then the Gengar. This is just a huge card. I had been saying that this card was kind of making a fight for the second top spot value-wise out of Sword and Shield, but not really. You're about to see. Okay, then we have the Umbreon. This is a Trainer Gallery card from Brilliant Stars. Big upward trend over the last couple weeks. Currently at $40.08, 72.5% increase. Wild stuff. Charizard alt art from Brilliant Stars up 30% to $150. Starmie V from Astral Radiance. I love this card. It's the first card I ever had in a PSA Gem Mint 10. Not a huge gain like we've been seeing, but still 11.8%. And if you look at the graph, upward trend, currently at $41.05. Palkia. These ones were just all-time lows, probably 6 months ago. Now they're back up a little bit, $40.11 for this one. The Dialga, $41.56, and the graphs are just looking good. The Machamp, the biggest card out of Astral Radiance, up 42% over the last 3 months to $118.81. We're moving into Lost Origin. Notice that I skipped Evolving Skies because we're going to talk about that last, of course. Aerodactyl from Lost Origin up 29% to $107. Giratina, look at this graph, unbelievable, up 50% over the last 3 months from $247 to $371. This card is gonna make its way to $400 pretty soon, I have a feeling. Lugia from Silver Tempest, not quite as substantial, but still a nice gain, 52.9%, $177.01 is where this card currently sits in the market. Okay, been talking like crazy, but we got to talk about Evolving Skies. It's absolutely wild. All of the alternate arts, the evolutions are going big in Evolving Skies. The Glaceon V alternate art, 38.7% increase over the last 3 months to $74.39. Leafeon V alternate art up 34.4% to $75. Sylveon V up 34.7% to $76. Espeon up 32% to $92. Rayquaza up almost 60% to $121. Unbelievable. The Dragonite, a huge increase over the last couple weeks here. 72.7% up to $164.82. Sylveon VMAX, we're into the VMAX cards. What is happening? This card, not even a huge gain, but still a nice trend, up 26.2% to $167.68. Glaceon VMAX up 21%, $181 in the marketplace. Umbreon, whether you believe it or not, PokeRev talked about this card and it started increasing in price, and now it's doubled in price over the last 3 months, up 105%. Leafeon VMAX, I recognize that the title is bad, but my apologies, up 34.1% to $215.49. This card is the third card out of Evolving Skies to eclipse that $200 mark. Rayquaza, 43.9% gain. This one is crushing it, but behind that Giratina for the second most valuable card out of Sword and Shield, still at $355.53, an absolutely huge card. And of course, you know what's coming next. The Umbreon VMAX, the Moonbreon, up 45.7%. Look at that graph. It's not even like just a straight vertical line. It is just a nice trend in the upward direction all for the last 3 months. Started at 532. Before that, it was like 450 on the 6-month graph, and now it's up to $776 in the market, up 45.7%. So the crazy thing is of course we have Evolving Skies. It's kind of the one-hit wonder, the be-all, end-all set out of Sword and Shield, and these evolutions are just going absolutely wild, bonkers in the marketplace, but the Rayquazas are too, the Dragonite is as well. Like, these cards are just going crazy. What is happening? But it's not even Evolving Skies. It's the Chilling Reign. It's the Fusion Strike. It's the Brilliant Stars. It's the Lost Origin. All of the alternate arts. And I didn't include them all because I was just like talking nonstop for that whole presentation. I didn't want to go overboard. But all of the alternate arts, even like the ones that are $10, they're kind of moving on up to $15, $20. And then, of course, the huge ones like Gengar, Giratina, Rayquaza, Umbreon, Lugia, those ones are increasing big time. The Blaziken increasing big time. There's lots happening in Sword and Shield. My personal perspective is that lots of it has to do with the craze going on with Pokemon Center selling out. Since my Monday video, Brilliant Stars has now sold out on Pokemon Center. So people are just like kind of piranhas going in for the kill to get the last remaining booster boxes out of Pokemon Center. There was like a short, brief 20-minute span where Fusion Strike came back online on Pokemon Center. Some people have got the emails confirming that their orders went through. I wasn't even able to add it to my cart, so who knows, but there is a frenzy. And the single cards out of these sets are also seeing that frenzy take place. Now, here's the little side note on this stuff happening. If you look at other TCGs like Lorcana, like Magic the Gathering, like, I don't know, One Piece, there's cards that are literally thousands of dollars raw. So seeing these prices is not actually that outrageous. Like, there is a lot of collection dollars being put into the marketplace all the time. So at some level, it doesn't surprise me that Pokemon is seeing these big gains. Now, if you look back at the data from Sun and Moon, lots of those cards were like kind of that level ground like we saw in Sword and Shield. Then they saw big increases, and then they came back down a little bit, but their ending value was still way higher than that first value. I could see that happening in Sword and Shield. The question to ask yourself is, where are these graphs going to peak? And then they're going to come down a little bit probably, and then level off again, but probably still higher than when they were leveled off 6 months ago. So where is it going to peak? I don't know. That's for you to determine. I'm just sharing the knowledge from TCG Player and sharing my own thoughts. But if you own some of these cards, you're probably loving life. If you want to buy some of these cards, like I need that Giratina, I need the Charizard from Brilliant Stars. I mean, it's going to be costly. It's going to be costly. So why not try and pull it? I got to try Lost Origin, going for that Giratina one more time. Trying to keep the dream alive, like one day I want to pull that Tina. One day. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. I mean, it just feels so good when you can actually say that you pulled the card yourself rather than just buy it. Like, that's what I'm all about in Pokemon. That's what I care the most about. Because I don't really care about collecting master sets. I do care, like, if you've been watching the channel at all, you know that my goal is to collect a PSA 10 copy of the Chop Chase card out of each set, kind of starting at Chilling Reign. I mean, I did have that Tyranitar from Battle Styles too. I probably should have kept that one, but I sold it. But that's the goal. So, and the goal is to be able to say that I pulled it. also, which makes it quite a bit tougher. Because, man, I have the Blaziken from Chilling Reign, but I didn't pull that one yet. So there's still a ways to go on the old bucket list. Speaking of ways to go, these 10 packs are not treating me well yet. But all it takes is just that one sniff at the silver border. You gots to try it. Gots to try it. Come on. Come on. But all things being equal, like, we are seeing some insane gains on Sword and Shield alternate arts. And I was really surprised. Like, I took extra time to really look into lots of the alternate arts. So, like the Dialga and Palkia from Astral Radiance. Those cards have been down in the basement for a long time already. And they're starting to make a comeback. Because they are really good. They're really good cards. What about, like, the Beedrill? I didn't even include that from Astral Radiance. Starting to go up a little bit. The Celebi from Fusion Strike going up, like, that one increased a lot. So there is these cards, whether it's the big hundreds of dollars of cards or the $20 cards that are seeing the increases. So people, it just feels like people know that Sword and Shield era is on the way out, for sure. This has been a brutal 10 packs so far. But just keep fighting it. Keep fighting it. Lost Origin, a tough one. A tough one. And still tough. 3 packs left. We gotta get at least a hit, right? Right? Can we get at least a hit? At least a hit? Come on. I think we got one here. I think we got one. Looking a little shiny. Ooh. What is that? A gold card? Alright. 3, 2, 1. Zoroark. Gold. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. I do kind of miss the gold cards from Sword and Shield. I think they look really awesome with that, like, kind of white V in the top left corner there. But gold cards are not my thing typically, especially in the Scarlet and Violet era. Like, they're okay, but nothing special. But man, oh man, do I love the silver border illustration rare cards now that we've had them out for a year or so. Like, I'm definitely loving Scarlet and Violet era, even though the big chases are still in Sword and Shield era for me. Last pack, I don't know, it has not been a good 10 packs, but I mean, the gold card helped a little bit at least. Here we go. Nada. Yikes. Just the gold card. Just one gold card out of 10 packs. That's going to do it for me at the Poke Office. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on all that's happening in the single card market in Pokemon. And until my next video, peace!